Hey guys, it's Matt from Ocala Car Audio, and I wanted to talk to you about an interesting product for people that have older vehicles, something that maybe you weren't aware of. When you have an older vehicle, a classic, like what we're working on today, a GTO, Challenger, Camaros, whatever it may be, that have the old two-shaft style radios. And for people that know cars, car lovers, or car audio, the old two shafts were very common in the 70s and 80s until we went into the regular DIN style radios. So for people that have the classic vehicles and they want to upgrade their audio system, this is a company that we really love to use. It's called Retro Sound, and they make radios specifically for the older vehicles. They make a two-shaft system, which is a motor, which we have here. And when you get the motor in, you can actually choose what kind of features you want your radio to have. So in this particular case, we went with a Hermosa system. So this is going to give the client a digital radio tuner. No more analog dial, can't get the station in. This will digitally tune it for you. Plus it gives him the ability to plug in USB for data, so you can plug in an iPod or a thumb drive. It also gives you an auxiliary port so that you can plug a headphone jack directly from a cell phone or some other type of source into it. And it gives you Bluetooth audio, so you can stream to it wirelessly. So the way it works is, as you can see, it's a very, very tiny piece, and it actually comes in different parts. So you choose the motor and what type of features you want to be able to use, what type of sources. You choose the faceplate that you want to go with. In this particular case, we went with chrome. You can also get it in black, different colors for different cars. And then you choose what you want your knobs to look like. So these are the way the knobs are. We mount them on the sides, plug them into the back, and then the shaft itself, you attach, in this case, a chrome knob to go down on the end, so that can be for dialing like your front to rear fader. And then you have the knob that goes on that you actually see and grab for volume up and down or for tuning up and down. So you can get these knobs in chrome, black, different colors. And as you see with the faceplate here, it's plain. But what it comes with is it actually gives you little screens that you can attach onto it. So this one just gives you the standard numbers, anywhere from 5 up to 16, so you know where you're at on the dial. Looks very similar to the old factories, but we went with an upgraded model for this client. He actually wanted a custom one, so this says GTO, is silk screen right onto it, so we will attach that onto the front of this and make it look like a factory GTO radio. So once we mount this, mount the knobs, it's going to look exactly like his factory piece. And then instead of having wires that you have to mess with underneath, we went ahead and got an extension piece for this client. So what this extension piece does is we plug it into the back of the radio using the supplied cables, and then you have a nice little flat piece that you can mount next to the radio on the dash so that you can plug your USB or your auxiliary port in. And then of course, when he is wired up and listening, or unwired, listening to via Bluetooth, you have a microphone that plugs into the back of it too, so when you're doing phone calls, people can hear you in and out, and of course you can stream your music wirelessly through it. So it gives people the newer technology for the older vehicles. You do not have to live with your old AM or just FM, or in some cases 8-track. You can upgrade to the newer stuff, but still keep the same look. Nice thing is we don't have to modify anything, we don't have to cut anything, so you can always take the vehicle back to exactly factory if that's what you're going for. But with this install, it actually looks factory, so you don't really even notice when people look in the dash. It's going to look exactly like it's supposed to, so you can keep your classic car looking classic. The other option when you don't go with a two-shaft retro radio like this is we actually have cut into the dash to mount a DIN style radio into it, in which case you know you can't go back to factory at that point. It's going to be an upgraded car. And as most people that are in the car industry know, the more factory the vehicle is, the more value it retains. So a lot of people are interested in doing that, but maybe didn't know that this was a possibility. We've done these in Corvettes, we've done them in Mustangs. Like I said, today we're doing a GTO for my customer Don Payton. We did his 53 Ford pickup truck a few weeks ago for him. He was happy with our work. So he brought us another car to do, and we're very lucky because he's a classic car collector. This is one of, I think, 7 that he has, so hopefully he'll keep bringing them to us if we can keep him happy. So, of course, any questions you may have, come by, take a look. We'd be happy to help you any given time. This also has a hidden amplifier built into it to drive your speakers for those that don't know. I'm kind of used to radios coming with it, but this has a chassis amp mounted on the back of it. That's your heat sink so that it can drive your speakers front and rear. You don't have to add anything external, but as you can see here, it has RCA cables. If you want more power, we can add it. We actually sell the kick panel replacements, the dash panel speaker replacements, the rear speaker, everything factory that fits in, bolts in, that you don't have to do any kind of cutting. So we can take your old cars and update them to newer technology anytime you would like. So if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call, email me, stop by anytime. My name is Matt. You can see me, Parrish, Mark, Tyler, Nate, Sean, any of us will be happy to help you. Appreciate your time. Talk to you soon.